Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Ravenswood School in Bromley, a boys' comprehensive of about 1,500 students with a mixed sixth form. Part of our role within the sixth form leadership group means we support teachers when they're absent by taking sixth form lessons.
Good afternoon, class. As you know, Mr. Hughes is not in today, so we're going to be taking your lesson. We're going to continue with your work so that your learning is not jeopardised.
So, our lesson objectives for today's lesson are as follows. To be able to experience the feel-good factor when you learn. To understand how simple it is to learn new tricks. And to know how to work out Pythagorean triplets.
We're going to start off with a short exercise to get your brains warmed up. We're looking for verbal answers, so you won't need any books.
I think we will all agree that sometimes in life, we're asked to do simple tasks which actually turn out to be quite difficult until you have the necessary training. Our starter activity is the perfect example of this. All we're going to do is display a short passage on the screen in front of you, and I'm asking you to count how many F's are in the passage. F for football.
We're going to give you 10 seconds, and all we're asking you to do is count the amount of F's. So if you're ready, let's go. Right, so who's got an answer for me? 6, any higher? Right, let's have a look, shall we?
Right, there were in fact 11 cases in that particular passage. For those of you that turned up a bit short, it's probably because you missed out the words of and if, as they are filler words, and our brain scans over them as we read through.
So how do we overcome this trait? The solution's simple. If you read backwards, then the normal constraints do not apply, and you should be more accurate. So now that you've been made aware, you should get closer second time round.
We're going to basically repeat the same process, but because the passage is slightly longer, we're going to give you 15 seconds, so hopefully you'll be a bit more accurate this time.
So we're going to get close this time, yeah? You ready? Let's go.
Right then, not long enough for people, is that? Right, has we got any answers this time, or? I heard a good answer over here somewhere. 14, that's much better, that's what we expected. There was actually 15, but hopefully you would have got a bit closer this time with that little bit of training. So now we're going to move on to our plenary. We're going to teach you an easy and simple way to work out Pythagorean triplets.
So I take it we all know the most obvious triplet. It's 3, 4, 5. So let's have a look at that in a different light. If we start with 3, we square that and get 9. Add 1 to the 9 gives us 10, which we then divide by 2 to get 5, one of the sides of the triplet. And then minus 1 from 5 to give us 4. And this is the technique for working out your Pythagorean triples.
So hopefully most of you understand that, but for those of you that don't quite get it, we'll go through it again. When we start with 3, you square that answer to get 9, add 1 to 9 is 10, divide that by 2 is 5, and take 1 away from 5 is 4, so you're left with 3, 4 and 5. So we're going to progress that a bit for you mathematicians in the audience. We're going to start with 11, and we'll give you 10 seconds of your own time before we go through it as a class. So let's see what you should have got. So 11 squared is 121. When we add 1 to that is 122. Divide that by 2 and you should get 61. And 61 minus 1 is 60. So you're left with 11, 60 and 61.
We're going to leave you with a little bit of homework to consider. As you've seen, we found a way to work out the Pythagorean triples starting with odd numbers. But can this be extended to even numbers? That's for you to find out. And lastly for us, best of luck in your January examinations, and if you need any help, you know where to find us.
Thank you for listening. We hope we have given you an insight into our leadership opportunities. And most of all, thank you for believing in yourself and taking the time in learning how to learn.